Okay, I think we are a go. I'm going to double check real quick to make sure. Yep, that we are on. All right. Hello. Happy Wednesday afternoon, friends. How are you guys doing? Welcome to today's live. Today I am continuing my progress on working through the Ampersand Story Kit from Ali Edwards. Yesterday we did a project last night that was a scrap lift of Ali's project. Today we're going to be working on a project that I am titling Best and Worst, which was all inspired by this card right here. Also, I just realized that my husband left these lights on. Let me turn those off really quick because it helps with shadowing. So for those of you who don't know how like filming setup goes or anything like that, basically I have two large umbrella lights and I also have a ring light. The ring light I turn on when you can see my face so that I look nice and pretty for you. And then I try to remember to turn that off when I go to work on my pages because it also casts a little bit of like a strange light onto my desk. So usually when I'm crafting, all I'm using are my two umbrella lights and I turn everything else off. So anyway, that's just a long-winded way of saying I need to turn my lights off. So, hey guys, let's see who else here. Michelle, yay. Ooh, Ro from Perth. It's 1 a.m. What are you doing? 1 a.m. is so early. If it's 1 a.m. there right now, the 7:30 time, my time, is like the morning for you, I'm pretty sure, right? I can't remember if it's the morning in, Ro, are you in New Zealand or are you in Australia? I want to say you're in New Zealand, but I could be wrong. Hey, Shuin, hello. Yeah, definitely works better, yes. Australia, okay. I don't know why I was thinking Australia, that makes a lot more sense. Hey guys, Caleb, hi, how's your baby? I got your message that you were here last night, but you were holding your baby daughter. Her name's, is it Gabriella? Is your daughter's name? Is that what you guys named her? I know her middle name's Joanne because I'm starting to work on this and I'm still facing you. Anyway, I know her middle name's Joanne because we share the same middle name. But yes, Gabriella. Yay, I got it right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys around. You don't need to look at me anymore. We can look at my desk and you guys can see what I've got to work with for today. So let me flip you. I just wanted to say hi before we get going. Okay. There we go. Let me get my stool. I have a little step stool that I get on to make sure everything is looking the right way. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to turn this off and then I can get that cord out of the way. Okay, so here we are. Took her to visit Grandma. Aw, that's so cool. Yay. How old is Gabriella now? How many weeks old is she? I know is she a month old yet? That would be crazy. Can't believe how fast time is going lately. So here's what I've got to work with today. First of all, I have a month and a half. Holy cow. Holy cow. You guys, that's crazy. Caleb, oh, she's getting so big. Are you doing a baby album for her? And are you allowed to share photos of her on the internet? I know it's, a lot of families choose not to, so no big deal if you don't, but just curious. What we're working on today. Everything for this spread was inspired by Best and Worst, and what I decided I wanted to do was to tell a story about some of the best things that have happened so far this year and some of the worst things that have happened so far this year. So I created this template. This is going to be a 6x12, and I'm putting this in my 12x12 story album. I just like to mix up the sizes inside of that album, but because it's 12 inches tall, that's what it's going in. And I did put the template for this layout in the post that goes with this video. So if this is something that you want to repeat, in the same size, you can totally take that template and use it. Or you could always like adjust it, like crop it and, you know, cut these lines a little bit more. So I wanted this to look like a timeline on the page and just going from top to bottom. We're gonna put this card at the top, and then I printed small photos, which are clipping masks essentially on the template itself. So you can clip photos into the boxes and then they'll be printed at this size. If you don't use templates, they are 2 inches wide by 1.5 inches tall. So nice small little photos. And then I'm also going to throw in this ampersand somewhere in here, maybe like right there in the middle. I think that will be fun just to give it some texture, give it some dimension, and all of that fun stuff. So this is going to be really quick because all I have to do is cut apart my photos, stick them down, stick that on there, and then this I'm going to cut down. I don't remember how far, like how much I was going to cut this by. So let me grab my ruler. We're just going to see how wide. So I wonder if I was going to go with 2 inches. Maybe I'll go with 2.25. Because I want a little bit of the peach color to show up. So then if I put my photo here, oh yeah, that'll be good. So we'll go 2.25. I want a little bit of this pinky color. I'm gonna call it pinky. It's not really peach, it's pink. At the bottom so that I can date stamp in there. I thought that would be a fun way to add my date and to also add a little bit of color onto the card as well. So we'll do that. And then another thing that I'm really enjoying is rounding these corners right here just to give it a bit more of a finished look once we get it on the page. Let me see what you guys are chatting about. Oh, while I do this. Yes, baby album. Totally doing a baby album. And a pregnancy one you did. Oh, I never did a pregnancy album and I regret it. Although, I mean, yeah, it would have been really fun to have that. Eventually she'll be shared, but waiting for your family. Oh, that makes total sense, Caleb. I totally understand that you want your family to meet her first before sharing pictures publicly. I totally get that. Yes. Did you say that grandma lives next door? Do you guys live? Are you neighbors with your parents or your in-laws? That's so cool. I know Leilani lives like basically next door to her parents. She is Leilani Scraps on Instagram, and she also has a YouTube channel. She's a patron, I believe, too. But she always talks about living by her parents, and I think that's so cool to have them like right there in the backyard. How awesome. Yes. Yes, Australia on the bucket list. Where is the, since we're talking about traveling, where is the place that you have loved visiting the most of all the places you've been in your life? I think that would be a fun topic. For me, actually, that's a really hard topic. I apologize because that's really hard. I just was like, what's my favorite? Yeah, I don't know. Favorite place ever, or what's on your bucket list of places to go? We, Erin and I, would like to go to Ireland and Scotland. My sister and her fiance did a trip, like a 2-week trip to Ireland and Scotland a couple years ago. It's actually where they got engaged. And I was so jealous of her because I've always wanted to go. Anyway, I just want to repeat her trip and just like be like, Haley, send me all of the information on your vacation because I'm just going to repeat it. But that is on our list of places to go. We're thinking maybe of doing that for our 10-year anniversary. And then I've always wanted to go to Mexico because I've never been to Mexico, which we're going to make that happen this fall. Very excited for that. And then I would love to someday visit both Australia. I would like to go to Australia and I would like to go to New Zealand. And I would really, really, really like to go to the UK, like England and that, and Paris. I just want to go overseas at some point. Someday it will happen. France is definitely on the list because I actually studied French for a long time. So in college, sorry, I'm just trying to line this up just right. In college, or in high school, I studied French for 4 years, and then I also studied it in college for a year and almost minored in it. The only reason I didn't minor in the French language is because I ended up transferring schools. And the school I went to, the second school I went to, didn't have a class that was at a high enough level. So then I didn't take any more classes, and then that was the end of that. It was so sad. One of my biggest regrets, I think. I wish I would have figured out how to keep going. Iceland sounds really cool. Never been to Iceland. That's awesome. Italy. Oh, yes. Yes, Italy and Hawaii. Hey, Libby, I'm so glad you're able to make it. Yay. This is so fun to just kind of get on here and like hang out with you guys for a little bit as part of my day. It's been a real, what am I doing here? This one. It's been a light, you know, in my week for sure. Okay, so I'm just getting these placed down here where they're going to go. Okay. So this is essentially what this is going to look like. I've got some of the best things. So it's not all of, it's not like comprehensive of everything good and everything bad that happened this year. It's just as I was looking through my photos and, you know, what were things that I was documenting that were both best and worst moments. And these are the 8 that I picked out. So I've got a picture of the day when I met up with my friend Kasha. Kasha Gage, who is a scrapbooker, and you guys probably all know who she is, but she's originally from Michigan, and her family still lives here, so her immediate family. So they come to visit their family periodically, but, you know, because of COVID, they weren't able to make it to Michigan, like, for a long time. So we became friends online, and then she traveled home to Michigan this summer, and we got to meet up in person. So that was really cool. And then the next one I've got here, I also, and I wrote it in here too, so was that last week? Yeah, I think so, it was last week. I met up with Melanie, who is also a scrapbooker, and she's, you know, one of the ladies in our group too. Melanie lives in Virginia, and so traveling home from North Carolina, we met up for lunch. Not in where she lives, but close to where she lives. So she drove and met us for, actually it's for breakfast, Cracker Barrel breakfast on the way home. And that was super cool. So meeting friends in person. And then I've got our book club being able to resume in-person meetings, which I do periodic layouts about my book club. My book club is my sister, Haley, my sister-in-law, Caitlin, and then our mutual friend, Sarah. So it's just the 4 of us, and, you know, the only one that we really weren't able to see for a long time was Sarah, because Haley and Caitlin are family members. So we had been seeing our family, but, you know, it's just been really nice to be able to meet in person. We met in over Zoom for the last year and a half, and then started up our meetings again. And one of the best things about the meetings is that we like go all out. So we dress up like the characters in our books. Oh, I should probably put that over a little bit more. We serve food that's reminiscent of the book that we read and all that kind of stuff. So it makes it really, really fun to get together in person like that. So the very first one was in June, and the book that I chose was George, which is about a, I don't don't know what grade he is in, if he's in like 6th grade, or he's either in elementary school or he's in middle school, and comes out as transgender during the book. So it's a book that in some school districts was required reading for maybe middle schoolers. And it was one that Allie Edwards had posted about that her book club read, and I thought that that would be a really good book for our group to read. So we dressed in pride colors and had all kinds of fun foods that were reminiscent of that. So that's that photo. Then I've got summer adventures with the kids. So I've been doing adventure days with the kids when they're home with me. And I just have a picture of our hike that we did the other day. And then we went and stayed the night at my husband's aunt and uncle's house. He actually wasn't even here. He had gone to Wisconsin to go be with his family because his grandfather had passed away. We stayed home and his aunt and uncle invited us over. So we went for a stay and then ended up staying the night. And it was just a really fun memory. And then for the hard stuff, I've got, I have this book, and it's vulgar, but it's funny. It's a book that is called Let That Crap Go, and you can fill in the blank. So let that crap go. And it's just all about like letting go of things and, you know, letting go of hard things and embracing happiness, and, or, you know, or making decisions to let go of things that are causing strife. So I got this book and I took a picture with it, and that is my representation of some hard stuff earlier in the year. What is that? Anyway, over like some friendship stuff, having some difficult friendship stuff going on. Actually, I think I might put this maybe here, maybe there. I got to figure out where I want to fit this in. So that was that one. This one I have a picture of Izzy and I like top down, and this was after we had had a fight over clothing. So I talked about clothing fights, which are not a thing anymore. We don't fight over clothes anymore, and it's great. But that was really hard at the beginning of the year. I have a picture of Jonah when he was laying down and not feeling good, and that is representative of my kids being sick for like 3 weeks straight, and it was awful. And then I have this emergency alert that I had gotten on my phone about a tornado warning during the day that we went to go pick up my sister's wedding dress. So we went to go pick it up. We were at the store, and then all of a sudden, you know, tornado warning. So that was an interesting day. It wasn't like the worst thing ever. It just wasn't super great, right? To have a tornado while you're in a shop. So those are the moments that I picked out. And then all I'm going to do left here, I need to date stamp this, and I need to add this piece on, which I'm thinking I'm just going to use score tape, which will have a perfectly fine hold, especially since this is going inside of a page protector. I'm not too worried about it falling off. So there is that. And then we're gonna put this probably right here, I think. Yeah, I kind of like it there. All right, so let me catch up on you guys. I'm way behind. I've just been chatting. Lindsay, you grew up in Hawaii? That's super cool. That would be such a cool place to grow up. I'm assuming that it would be really cool. That's awesome. Michelle, I can't wait to hear all about your travels. That is fantastic. England, Ireland, Scotland, and Paris. That's like hitting them all. That's amazing. Nantucket? New Orleans, DC. I'm gonna have to like go back through all of this and and just like write down all your places. Yes, Ro. So I don't remember exactly how Kasha and I met, but she messaged me first for sure. And it was like a year and a half ago. And I don't remember if it was in regards to something difficult or whatever. She just is what I have found about Kasha and why I just love her so much is that she's very intuitive, and she just like has a way of knowing, you know, when you could use a friend to talk to. And I just love that about her. So we totally hit it off. And she does the same thing. Like, she'll know if something's up and she'll just text and be like, hey, you know, thinking about you and hoping you're okay, or if you need to talk. So that makes me so happy that she did that, because that's just who she is. And I love her. I just love her for that. Yes. Liz Lamoureux did a prompt on story catching and releasing. Interesting. The idea of releasing stories that weigh you down. You guys had a tornado warning last night? Holy cow. I'm glad that everything is fine. Oh my gosh. Yes. Caleb, you're right. I should reach out to her and talk to her about doing those again, because that was really fun. Especially, so what we did last year, for those of you who didn't follow along, I mean, it was just a spur of the moment kind of thing. After each of the product play classes, so I think like there's usually a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday, or it could be a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, regardless. After the week of videos had released, we would get on and talk about like what were ideas that we wanted to scrap lift, or what were ideas that came up from the ideas that we saw, or, you know, what products were we getting into, and all that kind of stuff. So we just had a really fun time just chatting with each other, which is what we do normally, but we just got on and did it for everybody and had a good time with it. So I will suggest that to her, because that was really fun and I'd love to do that again. So this is my layout for today. It is complete. I like the way that this one turned out. It's simple, and that's kind of something I have been gravitating towards a lot more lately, is just simpler, cleaner lines, not overly embellished. And it's not that I don't like overly embellished stuff. I sure do. It just is, it takes a lot more time, and a lot of times I'm just trying to like quickly get a story told, get it told. So that's that. Did you put all? Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. Yes, so all of the best are over here and all of the worst are over here. So that way it's like best and worst. When I designed this originally and I had this card, I considered trying to fussy cut the word best and worst out. The problem is that this black, let me hold it up here so you guys can see. Okay, so there's this black ampersand that goes slightly over the pink and slightly over the yellow, and I was bothered by that, so I didn't do that. But what I had originally thought of doing was fussy cutting best, fussy cutting worst, and putting that up at the title, or up at the top here, and then getting one of the like chipboard or the puffy sticker ampersands and putting that on there, or even using this one in the middle, because like I could have totally done like this one and then had it say best and worst, and that way it would make more sense that this was the best column and this was the worst column. But it turned out fine without doing it that way. If this is a project, like let's say you have the digitals, you could totally do this with the digitals, like, or do that idea, because you could take the this is a stamp in the stamp set, best and worst, so you could just take an eraser and like, you know, erase right up to those lines and then fill that in with the right color, and print that off. Or you could also do the same thing, but maybe like cut it out on your silhouette. If you have a silhouette or a Cricut, you could do it that way. So, you know, there's lots of fun ways to do all that, but I just wanted to use the card and get the card used. So that's what we did. Exactly. Yes. So that is pretty much going to be it for me for today. That's all I was planning to work on. I will say, I'm going to show you guys this because I'm really, really proud of it. And I'm proud of it just because it's insane. I am working on Project Life. So I'm 4 weeks behind on my 2021 Project Life, and I have gotten all of my photos and journaling printed for all 4 weeks. I'm actually gonna, after we get off of this, I'm gonna maybe go for a walk and then come back and work on some Project Life. And then I also decided that since we're gonna move at some point, I want to try and get the rest of my 2018 Project Life done before I leave, and at least filmed and ready to go, so that, it makes that process easier. So this is all the rest of 2018 and up to current for 2021, and I'm so excited about it. So I've got every week. I'll show you how I do this. And this is generally what I do when I'm working, especially when I'm batching projects like this, is I will, let me grab out like this one and maybe this one. So here's what I do. I will packet everything up so that it's all just ready. It's ready for me. All I have to do is pull this out. I design it on the computer first, at least for whatever I've got digitally and physically, so that when I work on the spread, I can just open up the image and remember where everything goes. So I've got my week numbers, I've got all of the cards I'm planning to use for the week, right? This one, I went ahead and printed all my photos, so I've got all of my photos printed and ready to go for that week. And then I also print all of my journaling onto the journaling cards that have journaling on it. So basically, I've got my design figured out, my photos edited and printed, and my journaling printed. So that all I have to do is open up the packet, turn on my camera, and put it together, embellish it, and do what I normally do for my Project Life videos. So I have that done. So like that one is for 2021. This one you can see in here that I've got, so like this one I don't have the photos printed for yet. I'm doing all the journaling first because that's the most tedious part of all the printing. And then this one just has the blank cards. So like here's where I'm going to fill in. Like I already have it typed up and ready to go. I just need to stick these onto the page and get them printed, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get everything printed today, and then maybe I'll try to get caught up on 2021 and see if I can do some 2018. My parents are having the kids overnight tonight, so it's a kid-free night, which means that normally Aaron and I would hang out, but he has Dungeons and Dragons, so he plays D&D on Wednesday nights. So he's doing that with his friends, which means that I'm just going to be filming all night because that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, I feel really proud of myself that I have, I'm this far along in all of that. And I'm very excited to finish 2018 and get that one done so that all I've got now is current. But that is that. So anyways, I am going to head on out of here. Should I go for a walk this afternoon? Aaron and I have been trying to motivate ourselves to start exercising again. I am not a runner, so I'm just not going to run. But I'm thinking I might do afternoon walks. It's really hot today, and I could get a lot of work done, or I could go for a walk and then get a lot of work done. Should I do it? Go for a walk? I'll take some pictures and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for a photo walk. Okay, I'm gonna take some pictures. I'll post them on Instagram so you guys can have proof that I did it. So, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna come back and drink a pot of coffee, and then that's gonna be that. So, all right, friends, thank you for hanging out with me today. This was fun. I am going to be back again tomorrow evening at 7:30 my time, so 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll have a post that goes live tomorrow with the link for all of that in the morning. And then Friday there won't be any lives. So I'm just going to do Monday through Thursday for the time being. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow if you are available. If not, I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Okay, friends, I will see you guys later. Bye now.